How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to Hydroneer 2.0, and today I'm going to be running a little bit of an experiment. Okay, so today's experiment is which one does the most at specific depths. The reason why is because there seems to be this sort of like argumenty thing that's going on where it's like we don't know which one does what and so on and so forth. Now what I had to do is I had to raise the drill up from down here because apparently this is tier 2 dirt, and I was very aware of this, but this registered as tier 2 dirt, so I've moved the drill up. Worst comes to worst is I'm going to have to put the dirt back on when I put the T2 drill on, but we'll do this anyway. I want to see which one earns the most at specific depth. Now, this could mean that the tier 2 drill does better all the way up to like the top of tier 1, but it's just one of those experiments. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know the result. I literally set this up so it's just going to do everything the way that it would normally do, and it's all good. So I've got my water coming in from up top. We've got our pressure tank here as well to match the intake, so the drills run faster, so everything works a little bit happier. Funky dory, bobs your uncle, fannies your aunt, all good. Now is the time for me to rise to my feet. Okay, so with the help of Snaz, I'm going to start a timer, alright? And we're going to do a 10-minute test. I'm going to do a 10-minute test with the tier 1 drill. Put all that into a bucket and then, well, a pan, and then we'll take all that to the top and we'll weigh up the bars and we'll go from there. Then I'll do another 10-minute test with a tier 2 drill and we'll go from there. You guys won't have to watch all 10 minutes because it's going to be boring as hell, right? What I'll do is I'll say I'm going to do it, I'll start the timer, and then I'll edit out the next 10 minutes of crap footage of me watching this thing until it comes down to counting. All right, all good. I'll just start it up now then, shall we? Right. Let me there's the valve. I'm going to push start, and then as soon as the timer comes up on the screen, pushing the button, and it's all good. So there we go. Now we're making dirt. Funky, hey? There we go. So that's it. Just making sure that they're actually going to fall into the crucible, because the problem with using crucibles over smelters is that it's a smaller area to aim for. Look, we got our first ruby. Oh, it's another piece of iron. Yay. Good. Seems to be we just bring it a little bit more off center so it's a bit better. And there we go. Right, so 10 minutes later we'll see where we go, but this should basically see what's going to do best at this depth. My thinking is that maybe T2 will be a little bit better because I think it actually works faster. But apart from that, yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes. All joys. I think I figured out why the tier 1 harvest, or the tier 1 drill, couldn't drill that there. As you can see, the animation comes at the bottom of the dirt. So that's actually tinking on underneath the actual level. So this isn't that deep. Ah, that makes perfect sense now. And there we go. That's the last piece of dirt to be going over this conveyor belt. Okay, so one thing that I discovered whilst having this up in the air and not having any blocks underneath it to like block the animation, I discovered, and in fairness, probably people already know this probably exists, but where you see that outline, that orange outline is the actual bottom of the thumper, of the big lump. Now that actually breaks through the bottom of this soil, which means that the amount of space between here and there and the rate it goes down was actually mining underneath the dirt, which would mean it would hit tier 2 soil. So even when you hit tier 2 soil, you have to have your drill suspended up one extra square in order for them to work. Ah, the joys. Anyways, done the T1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tier 1 drill up here. Right, okay, cool. And here we go again. We're going to go on the tier 2. Yeah, tier 2. Let's do this. So timer goes up, push the button, and there we go. So yeah, one thing I did realise with the tier 2 drill, let me just crouch under my pipe and I can show you. So as you can see, the spinning drum at the back, it's all good. So all I did was put one shovel full of dirt onto the back of the on the floor, because I mounted it on the box to start with, and it seems to just work. I've got no problems with it at all. It was mounted on a flat surface and now it's just floating, so that's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to see which one produces the most money, basically. Let me just see. So far I'm not really seeing much in the difference of firing speed, so unless there's some magic at play here, running at the same pressure, running the same drills, I'm seeing the same thing. So I honestly don't know what to think of this. I genuinely think it's going to work out about the same amount of price, but we'll have to see. It's just waiting for 10 minutes to see. It's weird, I know. So while I am waiting, I do want to say thank you very much for every single one of you who have subscribed, who watch the videos, who tag away in the live streams. You guys have been amazing. It's been fantastic. If you are brand new to this channel, don't forget to that like, subscribe and notification button below for all of the updates, and you get to see riveting more like content like this. I know, riveting. It's amazing. It's like, Jesus, this man has no life. I have a part life. That's about it really now. I spend a lot of time watching conveyor belts. This is actually almost like my real life job when I had one. It was like watching boring things. 2, 1, let's go. That's the last one. Okay, so the weird part about this is that the tier 1 drill actually won. So I don't know. Now, the reason why it won is, in all fairness, is because it had a more variety of things that were actually there. Things that are worth a bit more. And like I said, I thought they were going to come out at about the same price, and that's pretty much what they did. Now, the one deciding factor is that the tier 1 drill managed to pull an onyx, which basically increases the value by a shed ton. For a bit of a breakdown, we have a ruby, which was bigger during the T2 test. There was no sapphires or onyx in the tier 2. The emerald was bigger in the tier 2. The gold amount was bigger in the tier 2. The iron amount was a massive amount bigger. And then the shard amount was about the same. Now the problem with this is that the tier 1 drill managed to pull up a sapphire, onyx and cloudium, which increased the price value. So just to put this out there, if I had managed to get like a sapphire, onyx and cloudium at the same as the tier 1, I would have made about 7 grand. As you can see, the only reason why there is around a £1,000 difference, well, 1,000 coin difference in this, is because the tier 2 didn't get an onyx, or it didn't get any cloudium. That could just mean it's the RNG, where it was playing with specific numbers and like amounts, and at the end of the day, these are things you have to take into consideration as well. So, in conclusion, if you're running a tier 1 or a tier 2 drill at the same depth, using the same pipes, the same pressure, the same everything, then you will get the same reward. The major difference was the fact that we mined extra bits. Instead of mining a bit of gold or a bit of like iron, we mined up a bit of cloudium, or we got an onyx, and they were the defining factors. So if anybody's going to sort of like sit there and say that, you know, oh, well, this was an unfair experiment because you didn't use cloudium piping. I know I didn't use cloudium piping. The idea was to try and see if there was any definition between the drill itself. Now, if you're looking for a slightly less laggy build, I would go with the tier 2 drill. The reason why is because the tier 2 drill has less moving parts, well, the drum at the back and the light, and that's it. When it comes to the tier 1 drill, you're actually looking at like the thumper that goes down, and then you've got the animation of the dirt coming out as well. That, because it's a snap animation and not a continuous one, that snap, every time it does it, you'll see you'll notice a larger drop of frames dropping when it comes to a larger build. Now I see this regularly on a large build like I run, because it's a lot of animation all at once. But if you've got that one little animation running in the back, that little wheel, the game knows it's running and it doesn't tend to lag as much. When it comes to a set amount of pressure with 2 certain drills like we experimented today, there was no difference. But pressure is a thing. There is a video up and coming that goes into a bit more depth when it comes to pressure and the running speed and so on and so forth. So keep your eyes out on that one as well. But for now, if you want to run a tier 2 drill of tier 1 piping, you know, the iron stuff, then you can, but it won't maximize its potential. Okay, just saying, it'll work the same as a tier 1 drill. There's no difference in money. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. If there's anything else you want me to look into, down there as well. Because honestly, I'm interested to hear your ideas and where I should go next. Because I think I've covered pretty much everything when it comes to the basics. If there's anything I've missed, that's why I'd love to hear your thoughts. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. I'll see you on another video. I want to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. A boom. Fist bump to you.